Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, One Enlightened Diva. I am Valerie. I hope you all are doing well today. I am doing well today. So today I have a video that I created and it is to bring awareness. But first, let me say this, that we are energy. And everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. Now that I've said that, this video is about colors. Colors carry energy. And not only that, colors influence our emotions and our moods and our perceptions. You see, colors can bypass our conscious mind and go straight to our subconscious mind. You see, our conscious mind is the part of our mind that is logical, that is analytical. It's the part of our mind that makes decisions. And our subconscious mind is or operates from emotion. It is our imagination. It controls our perceptions. It operates through images, symbols, repetition, and emotion. Think of our conscious mind as a gatekeeper. Nothing gets to the subconscious mind without being filtered by the conscious mind. Here's a little tip. Colors, sounds, lighting, numbers, and symbols are energies that can bypass our conscious mind. Not with words, but with vibration. Because like I stated earlier, everything is energy vibrating at a different frequency. Color is one of the strongest symbolic languages. Colors correspond to our chakra centers, our energy center. When we see a color, it interacts with our energetic field because we are energy. And so when we see certain colors, it either can balance us or overstimulate us. Color is felt. It's not analyzed. So as I said, it bypasses your conscious mind and goes straight to your subconscious mind. You see, the color color sends electrical signals that affect our heart rate, hormone release. That's why when we see people and they're bleeding, we panic. You see, blood is red, and red symbolizes, if it's overstimulated, it symbolizes panic, urgency, danger. Color affects our energy centers. And color works at an energetic level, bypassing the conscious. Let's talk about the colors specifically. This is a quick guide. As I said earlier, color can either balance you or overstimulate you. Has the frequency of vitality, passion. It also represents courage. But if it's overstimulated, it can trigger aggression, anger, stress, anxiety, obsession, and lust. Think about this. Just say you're driving and a police car gets in behind you, turns his lights on, and the lights are flashing. You literally haven't even talked to the police officer, but you see those lights, right? And you automatically, your heart rate starts speeding up, or you get anxious, or you start to panic. And not only that, the color red, but the sounds, because like I said, sounds and colors can bypass the subconscious mind, right? You have to ask yourself, why do we become afraid or get scared when the police officers get behind us? Especially if you haven't done anything, right? But we automatically think something's wrong or it's danger, right? So we actually affiliate red, especially when it comes to police cars, with danger. If a policeman gets behind us and puts the lights on, or turn their lights on us, we become afraid. And guess what? And then the police officer may walk right up to your window and tell you, ma'am or sir, you got a signal light out. You know what I'm saying? Something simple like that. But I'm just trying to make a point of how we're conditioned when we see certain colors to have an emotional response. We don't think logically when we see police cars coming behind us. No, we go straight to our emotion and we get scared. Okay, so the next color is orange. And so I'm going in the order of our chakras, because red is the bottom, which is the root chakra. So now we're speaking of the color orange, which is our sacral chakra. Orange carries the energy of, creativity, enthusiasm, and joy. Now, orange and yellow, because yellow also carries the energy of enthusiasm and joy, but we're talking about orange right now. So it carries, as I said, creativity, joy, enthusiasm. Now, if it's overstimulated, then there's restlessness, impulsiveness, superficiality, if it's overstimulated. Yellow, as I stated, it's enthusiasm, it's optimism, clarity, confidence, it's knowing who you are. However, overstimulated, it can bring anxiety and overthinking. And yellow is our solar plexus chakra. The next chakra is green, which the chakra is our heart chakra. Did I say that right? Okay. But anyway, the green it carries the energy of healing and balance and growth and peace. However, if overstimulated, it can cause stagnation, envy, and complacency. When I think about green, I think about nature. when you sit in nature and everything's around you that's green, like the trees and the flowers and the grass, it carries an energy of peace. The next color is blue. Blue, which is our throat chakra, it carries the energy of calmness and trust, communication, credibility, clarity, focus. But if overstimulated, it may come off as coldness or emotional suppression or detachment or sadness. When I think about blue, I think about the sky. Because the sky is blue. And the sky communicates with us. So the question is, with this information that you have, do companies and media and banks and retailers understand the psychology of colors? Why am I saying this? I'm going to give you a breakdown of the different retailers and companies and banks that I've come up with. And I'm going to associate them with color and see if I can bring more clarity. So let's take McDonald's. McDonald's, their sign, no matter where you go, it's taller than any other sign. It's like this big yellow and red M, right? So think about your kids, if you have kids. As soon as they see that red and yellow McDonald's sign, and you can be all the way down the street, as soon as they see it, they start getting excited. Like, Mama, we want McDonald's. I want McDonald's. I want McDonald's. Right? And you may say, well, that's just kids. But what if it's more than that? First of all, when you see red, it's like an urgency. It's an emotional response because it bypasses your your conscious mind. So when you see that red, you're thinking urgency. When you see that yellow, you're thinking optimism. You're thinking joy. You know, when kids see it, they just get excited. Walmart. Now, everybody knows Walmart's main colors are blue and yellow. You know, they have the blue, and then they got the little star, but it's not a star. It's actually supposed to be a sun. All right. And we know that the sun, because it's yellow, represents joy and optimism, right? Enthusiasm, confidence, right? Now, and their main color is blue. And we know that blue represents calmness, trust, credibility, communication. So here's a scenario. So you say, I'm going to go to Walmart and I'm going to pick up a couple of things. And then you get to Walmart and you know what you went to Walmart to get. But like I said, the colors bypass your conscious and go to your subconscious. So when you get in Walmart, you feel calm. They're playing the music in the background, right? Remember, sound goes straight to the subconscious. The colors, blue. The people that work there wearing blue uniforms, right? You get in there and you're going for two things, and the next thing you know, you got 10 or 15 items in your buggy. Now, I've heard people say so many times, I go in Walmart for a couple of things, I end up coming out with a buggy full of items. That's not a coincidence. That blue goes straight to your subconscious mind, and it makes you feel calm. And when we feel calm, we get to roaming around in Walmart. You know, we supposed to be in the grocery side of the store, and we end up over there in hardware, right? Picking up things that we really don't need, but we convince ourselves that we do need it, so we get it, right? Because we feel so relaxed and calm because of the color, because of the sound, right? It evokes an emotion in us that makes us want to shop in Walmart. And even more than that, just say, for instance, if you go into Walmart and you were in a bad mood, and then you get in Walmart, and it's like, you know what, I'm in a bad mood. I just want to go ahead and grab this one item, and I'm out of here because I'm not having the best day. But then you get in Walmart and you get that one thing, and next thing you don't feel as mad as you did when you first came in the store. And next thing you know, you feel a little better. And as you feel a little better, you get to roaming around. And next thing you know, you have more than one item. You see, because blue is a common color, right? So it calms you. It's in your energetic field. We're energy. So we're going to pick up on the energy of these colors and what they represent, depending on, the surroundings. Okay, so another one. And I don't know wherever you are if there's a Regions Bank, but we have a Regions Bank here, and their main color is green. When we think about green, we think about peace, right? We think about peace and balance and healing. Safe. We feel safe, right? We feel peaceful. And so we go in Regions and open up an account with Regions because of how it makes us feel. That green makes us feel like this is the bank that I want to place my money in because I feel like my money will grow, right? Because the green is emitting this energy of peace and growth, right? And so another one would be Home Depot. I don't know if where you are there's a Home Depot, but Home Depot is a hardware store. Their main color is orange. And orange represents joy and enthusiasm and optimism. And it represents creativity. Now, is it a coincidence that Home Depot their main color is orange and that orange represents creativity? I think not. I think not. Now, you may say to yourself, well, that's not really a bad thing I'm using Home Depot, that they use the color orange because it is a hardware store. And when you go to hardware stores, more than likely you're gonna be being creative. You are creative, or you're gonna do something, or you're going to create something, right? I feel like it, but if it influences your decision making or your thoughts without you knowing, and you're believing that you're making the decision, that it's your thoughts. Like, it's like if something is influencing your thoughts without you knowing, I think that's what I have a problem with. Because I'm speaking about colors, but it could be a whole lot of things that can influence our thoughts and we not know, thinking that we're the ones that's making a certain decision based on our conscious mind, but it's not based on our conscious mind, it's based on our subconscious mind. Which means we're not really making the decision ourselves. That something is bypassing our decision-making center and literally making the decision for us. I know that's kind of deep, but just think about it. So now we have, what else? So we think about Wells Fargo, red, Raising Cane's, red, Target, red. Now, you may say, well, they just wanted to go with the color red. Maybe. And maybe they understand the psychology of color, of what color emits, or what color does to our energy field. If you're driving down the street and you look over and you see some stores and you see Target's sign or Raising Cane's sign, you automatically, that Target, that sign is automatically, of all the signs you see, is going to pop out to you. Let's say like when you see a red car, it just automatically jumps out at you. It grabs your attention. It's something about that color red that does that. Now, do they know this? I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Okay. Now, let's see. So let's talk about CNN. That's another one. Red. When you see CNN, most people are thinking something breaking, something about to happen, or something has happened. It's an emergency, urgency. It's like we associate that with something that has happened in the world, more than likely something that's negative. But when we see CNN come across our screen, more than likely, most people are going to just see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And even some news stations don't have the red, they have the blue in the background. Now I feel like it's not a coincidence, especially when it comes down to news, if you see a blue background, because we know blue represents communication, calmness, credibility. So when we hear the news anchor speaking on whatever news it is, but that blue is emitting something that is connected to our subconscious mind. So when we listen to them, we think that they're credible, right? That they're reliable, that we can trust them. Because see, all of that is what's associated with the color blue. Even if the person isn't credible, if they're not credible, or if they're not trustworthy, but the color is emitting that to our subconscious mind, so it can override our logical thinking process. Like where we would be like, well, you know what? That doesn't make any sense to me, what this person is saying, this news anchor is saying. But if it's bypassing your conscious mind, going to your subconscious mind, you're not going to think like that. You're just going to be like, okay, I hear what this person is saying. They sound like they know what they're talking about. You see what I'm saying? When they don't. And maybe they do. But anyway, and last but not least, Facebook. Now, do we think it's a coincidence that Facebook main color is blue? So, based on this information, do you believe you are being manipulated? Do you believe these entities are targeting your subconscious in order to influence your thoughts and emotions? Use this video for clarity or for confirmation. as I stated earlier, this video is to bring awareness. And if you like this video, give it a like, share it, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when I upload a new video. And if you'd like to donate or support my channel, all of the information is in the description box. Thank you. Bye-bye.